Okay, started. Okay, start our conversation now. Don't say what's up yet. Just start like say something.
Yeah, so you finish your nuts.
What's your nuts, bro? They can't see it. They don't know what it
What's
is.
your
okay.
what's your guys' like favorite nut though?
Their
I
favorite nut?
I like pistachios and like
Pistachio.
cashews. Yeah.
Oh, pistachios.
That's
I
my
like.
favorite.
Pistachios
Yeah.
and yeah, cashews
Pistachio.
too.
Actually, I like walnuts.
Walnuts?
Okay.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
not. I don't think I.
I mean, it's mainly cashews and pistachios.
Yeah,
I'd say.
Yeah, cashews, pistachios, walnuts. That's my favorite.
I like boiled peanuts too. When
boiled peanuts.
yeah,
I
you
never
ever
had.
that. No.
Never had.
My parents did.
Yeah.
I'm alright like on that, but yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, stop talking about food. I'm fasting.
Oh,
Oh.
my bad. True.
I'm trolling, bro. I'm trolling. Welcome back to the Hype Convo. It's your boy Taj.
It's your boy Howie.
It's your boy CJ.
Yep.
You're talking about nuts.
Talking about
Oh,
nuts.
wasn't that last week's word or something?
Oh.
Dang, last
Connect-
week's word was
Oh.
well, the random
Yeah,
word
yeah.
we have there is
The,
yeah.
let people figure out.
Contraceptives.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm fasting. There's a reason why. It's we started Ramadan. Today is the first day. I mean, actually, we're the third day, since it's Monday today. Third day of Ramadan, and I'm fasting. These guys are not.
We're
Nope.
not fasting.
They're not
We're
fasting.
slowing.
Nah, but yeah, Ramadan. Like, what's the first thing that comes into your mind? Because I know, like, we grew up in a multicultural
Yeah.
environment. So like, you guys probably heard Ramadan
Yeah,
a lot of times
a
every
lot.
year. You know, like,
yeah.
and having a lot of Muslim friends.
Mm-hmm. So
Like, what's the first thing that comes into your mind? You know, what's Ramadan for you?
for me, to be honest, is like it's the month people fast. For me, the
Yeah.
first thing is fasting for some reason. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Fasting.
yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
But like when I was younger though, when I heard like people, damn, they don't like when they say Ramadan and I heard like 30 days, I was like, they don't eat for 30 days. What the hell?
Yeah, that's all. That's all. Like, every person, the first reaction they have, they always say, "You guys don't drink. You guys don't like, not at all. Like,
Yeah, not even water.
not even.
like that?
Yeah, not even water, bro."
Mm-hmm. Dang, yeah.
Yeah. No, but it's 30 days of fasting.
Mhm.
So Ramadan is just it's the name of the month. And Islamic calendar, we have we go by the lunar cycle, right?
Okay.
And the month Ramadan, it goes close to 30 days, right?
Mhm.
But we follow when we see the moon, right? When we see the first crescent,
Mhm.
that's when we know that Ramadan has started. And
Mhm.
then we know if after one cycle has ended of the moon, that's when we know that Ramadan, ends.
And
So it's like it's a visual thing. We have to go
Okay.
look
So,
visually.
like,
So
every year it could be like in a different month type thing, right?
exactly,
Okay.
exactly. Well, the thing is, it's not that different every year. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it just shifts
Like,
just a bit.
Okay.
It shifts a bit because the cycle is pretty constant,
Right,
right?
right.
It's not like Ramadan is after 6 months later and
Mhm.
whatnot. It just shifts. Like last year it was in middle of April, right? Like
Okay.
middle end of April. Now it's like beginning of April. So
April.
it's just always shifting a bit earlier every year.
Mhm.
So
So it doesn't have to start at the first day of the month, or does it start?
no, it doesn't have to be the first day of the month because
It's the
we're not
first
following.
crescent, you
Yeah,
said,
exactly.
okay.
It's like
So this one
it's
is just-
visual,
It's
right?
just a coincidence
So
that it started
happens
the
that-
first of April.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's a coincidence that it happened 1st of April.
How many
exactly.
times a year do you guys?
Well, usually it's once a year, right?
Once a year?
Yeah.
1 month a year?
Yeah, the whole
Okay,
cycle finishes once a year. And I think in year 2030 we're gonna have twice in 1 year. In the
'Cause,
beginning of January
and
and
then-
like half of like end of
This-
January,
oh, okay.
end
Okay,
of January,
okay, okay.
December. Sorry,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
It's all
Yeah.
visual from the moon?
Yeah, so like basically, we go with the teachings of what our prophet, peace be upon him, he said like it is we should go and see the moon sighting. Once we do the sighting, right? Like when we visually like confirm that is Ramadan, we say, hey, this is Ramadan. It started. We start fasting, right?
Mm.
But is it all communicated between your community?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. It is.
Okay.
Yeah. So like
Okay.
if we usually follow a certain call. Like here sometimes it's hard to see, because of the pollution and like, bro, like you can't barely see the moon sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah,
imagine
There's
like
so
the
much
States.
clouds and whatnot.
I got a question. So, cause what if like other people across the world they have a different time?
They can. It could happen that they don't see it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't see it, you don't start fasting.
Okay.
But if you do see it,
It's
there's
just
a
different
call of
time zones, though.
Exactly.
It's the same moon. We're all seeing the same.
It's the
moon.
same moon,
Yeah.
and it just depends on how the angle of the moon is, and then when because the moon is not gonna change, right?
Right.
So like if you start that day, it's gonna end another it's gonna
Okay,
still
so-
end like within that 30 days. Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So everybody's still doing the same amount.
So
It
just,
just how Ramadan works is that one day of fast is you stop eating from sundown and sun up
Yeah.
Sunrise.
and sunrise, and then you start eating after sundown, right? So we call that right before. So we have a prayer called Fajr, right? So that's the first morning prayer. Usually people stop eating at that time and then go through the whole day and wait for the sun down.
Set,
So once it sets, that's when we break our fast, and we break it with some dates, water, and so no, we don't go without water, we don't go without food. It's just that throughout the day, instead of our daily life where we eat 3 times a day, we don't do that anymore, right? Some people shift it at night. They eat 3 times at night, or some people like just eat twice or once at night. Well, twice recommended, so
And, like this is something like I only like when I was a kid I never really questioned it, but the word breakfast, right? Like it's in the morning, right? Because I think the reason it's called breakfast is because you break your fast
After
'cause you're
sleeping.
right?
Yeah.
Oh.
yeah.
So breakfast could technically be your first meal. Anytime.
Yeah, well, technically, yeah, kinda. If you
True.
go by the like
exactly.
Yeah. I mean, it's just technical
break your
terms.
fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you
because when I
break
was a kid,
fast.
it's like, it's just breakfast. It's the morning meal in my head, so I
Yeah.
just think.
I mean, it's still considered breakfast, but because if you haven't eaten the whole day and we eat at 6
At
in
6,
the evening,
yeah.
To be
we're gonna
honest-
say it's dinner.
to be honest,
I'm not gonna
I
say
don't
I'm
eat
having-
It's 'cause
breakfast
it's-
much.
I mean, yeah, I don't eat
It's the
breakfast.
terminology.
Since high school.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
It's
guess.
the terminology.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
guess.
it's all
But the idea, I think it is behind that. You
It's just the title. Yeah, is the
you
name.
break
for
your
it.
fast in
Yeah.
the morning.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
that's what I would assume.
Yeah,
but,
I did not. I don't know if it's a fact, but that's what I.
Did you guys ever think, you guys being Christians, you guys would want to try to fast? It's because you guys have a lot of friends that fast, and you guys sometimes doesn't it cross your mind? Oh, like dang, they're fasting. It's like, how would it feel to fast? Like, did you guys ever try
Well,
fasting?
I already fast unintentionally.
I fast.
Yeah, I was just addicted to games. So I was just
Yeah, just
I remember when I was in high school or something where I was it was Christmas break, holidays, right? So it's we don't have school, so I was just playing games all day. I barely had any sleep, and then we had to go and shovel the snow, and then I was shoveling so hard, but
Passed
since
out?
I didn't eat, I didn't
Passed
sleep
out.
much. I was feeling dizzy. It's the first time I was yo, I'm about to faint. That's the
Damn.
first time I felt.
Yeah.
I never felt that.
And it was everything was going black. My legs were wobbly.
Damn.
Dang.
How many hours do you think you haven't eaten or
I think I only slept 2 hours, and I didn't eat the previous day. But when my parents say, "Yo, did you eat?" I'm like, "Yeah." But I'm just on my
damn.
I was playing League of Legends or something.
Like the fasting is when you do it the first few days in Ramadan, that's it hits harder.
Hard.
There is a reason why we fast, right? There's there's religious reasons. One of the main religious reasons is that it's obligation. That in our religion, in Islam, it is obligated for a Muslim to fast during the month of Ramadan. The saying of our Prophet, which was authenticated, that he said, when Ramadan enters, the gates of paradise are opened, the gates of hellfire are closed, and the devils are chained. So Ramadan, there should be no form of evil, right? So it's if a person dies in Ramadan with the intention of doing good and fasting, he is guaranteed to go paradise. So this is it's a very spiritual and a very big month for a lot of for all Muslims around the world, because this is the month it's like a cheat code, you know, like if like if literally like if you literally take this month seriously, you know, you could get a lot of, you know, benefits from it, you know. um so but you know, you're talking about fasting, you know, fasting, you know, we've confirmed in the past couple of years, you know, we had studies done on people trying to fast, and it's becoming more and more trendy, more and more
Yeah. Some
popular.
people are fasting to like have a better diet, and it's actually helping them like lose weight. So yeah.
And these things are coming up now, right? But these were practices that has been done 1,400 years ago. Like Muslims, and even before that, there were people that used to fast, right? But for Muslims, this is it's a very important part in the religion. Now, what fasting does in general, just aside from religion, like what are the like physical benefits, you know? And there are many, and some of them I'll name it to you guys, and you'll see it's actually crazy. One of them, if you were to fast, and it could be like a 24-hour fast or 48-hour. There's different types of
Yeah,
fast.
I
Some
know
people do
people-
intermittent
Sheesh.
fasting.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. That's what I was
Yeah,
saying.
that's my experience with fasting is intermittent fasting.
Yeah, intermittent.
I did a 16-hour period of fasting, but it's with water, so I like yeah, it's
Yeah,
different. You know?
it's still good. Like there are like benefits to all these type of fasting, and some
and
of
I,
them
I recommend if you're trying to lose weight, like intermittent
Yeah.
fasting, it helps.
Like
It helps.
I saw stories, and I saw like it was like one of the talk like I forgot if it's Jimmy Fallon or like one of the talk shows where they say they were fasting, and it like I think for like 48, I forgot like a good amount, but then they actually lose weight. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I think it all depends on people too, because I could go a while without eating. People like get like lightheaded, they get
Mhm.
sick
I could I
without
could
eating.
go.
Like I just need water and I'm good. Like yeah, and that's I think it benefited me.
yeah. So but
But
like
yeah,
for-
I think there's other. stuff
yeah,
that I
there
don't
are
know.
a lot of benefits, but I know what you mean. Like maybe your eating habits are not like extreme compared to a lot of people. Some
Yeah.
people like they eat
They
a
need breakfast.
huge breakfast,
Yeah.
a huge lunch, and huge
Yeah.
like we forget that our body or get accustomed to whatever we do, right? And it's flexible. Everything is flexible. If we start training ourselves to eat less and to burn more calories and to eat proper, like our body's gonna start functioning differently.
Yeah.
You know, already. You know, so some of the benefits of fasting: promotes blood sugar control by reducing insulin resistance. That's you know that makes sense. You know, promotes better health by fighting inflammation. May enhance heart health by improving blood pressure, triglycerides, cholesterol levels. May boost brain function and prevent neurodegenerative disorders. It could delay aging and extend longevity. And actually, there was a study done. Several animal studies have found promising results on the potential lifespan extending effects of fasting. And one of the study, rats that fasted every other day experienced a delayed rate of aging and lived 83% longer than rats that didn't fast.
Damn, that's like almost double,
Bro, double the lifespan almost.
That's crazy.
Dang,
That's
that's
sick.
crazy.
And that's just on small animals.
And imagine if you like eat peanut butter and jam sandwich.
Yeah. PBJ,
Yeah,
increase your-
definitely know that fact.
if you guys
though.
didn't watch our TikToks.
But fasting, is it like? Do you consider it fasting if it's not food, like just even water, drinking water? Is it like, or nothing at all, ingesting anything?
I
is-
think there's
it's
benefits for both, right?
Yeah.
Food is something, and I think water is something else as well. Because no one could survive without. You could survive a long time with water.
without, oh yeah,
With
with,
water.
water.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with
You know, only.
You just
Yeah.
hydrate. Yeah.
But you can't survive that long if you didn't have water at all. You know, like
Mm-hmm.
so. I think there are benefits of just not having anything.
Anything at all?
You know, not anything at all.
Mhm.
So you let your body regulate itself and
Mhm.
clean. So it's like a cleaning
Damn.
process
Mm-hmm.
internally. You know, your body is learning to utilize whatever it
It's
has.
us already. Yeah.
Yeah, the resources that it has
Mhm.
already. But also just having water it could be another form of fasting. Obviously, a lot of people do that, and it is very trendy. But the Ramadan, we do nothing. Like we have no food that comes.
No
But
intake.
that's just one part of fasting in
Mhm.
Ramadan, right? There's the food aspect, but there's a lot of other aspects why we do Ramadan, and like what does it mean to actually fast. We fast from going indulging ourselves into desires. Like you know, we're not gonna start having drugs, alcohol, and partying. Like we reduce ourselves from going that extent. It's more of a spiritual pause
Okay.
as much as it is for physical. So we're doing both at the same time. So you know, and being good to people, giving out to community, helping out people, being charitable. This is the month to do so. If you wanted to always do it, this is the month to redeem yourself in a way where like you're able to give out, you know, give a piece back to your community, you know. So it's a month of giving. It's a month of being in a family, sharing you know, some time, and also learning about Islam, learning about the Quran, memorizing and reciting it. We recited a lot during this month, and it's another form of worship. And so it's you know, you go like, I think the word would be like going into a Zen mode or something,
Okay.
you know, like
Yeah.
just but that doesn't mean you stop living. You see what I mean? Like you still have to go to work. You still have to look after your kids. You
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you just don't like stop and not do anything. You know,
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like,
yeah, for sure.
so it's a balance. You know, we don't become monks. You know,
Yeah.
but in the same time, you do have that sense of, you know, pausing everything around you and taking some time for yourself. You know,
What age did you start like doing that?
that's actually a good question. I think my mom, my dad wanted me to start fasting when I was the age 10. You know, like
Is it what? Whose
eight,
decision is it?
9. I think 8. It was actually
It's just
Is
your
there like
parents
a
that-
rule, or
Yeah,
is
yeah.
it like up to the parents?
there's yeah, well, like obviously, like when you come to a puberty, like you're like
Puberty.
you're kind of that age already, like you should start knowing about fasting. But
Okay.
kids do it at a very young age, like 7, 8, 9, 10. Some kids, you know, props to those kids that could. But what my parents did is like they started slow. So like some days, you know, half a day I
okay,
fast,
okay.
some days, and like just lunch, no,
Oh,
no
okay,
lunch,
okay.
and then
They
go
just
towards
reduce it,
dinner.
Because like in the winter, the sun goes down like a 4 type
Yeah.
thing. Like-
You can be fasting for 6 hours, bro.
Yeah.
It's just not having a skipping a meal.
Yeah, just
Easy.
take a nap, yo.
Exactly. So it's it might make it easier for some people that really have tough
Yeah.
times fasting. But yeah, 9 to 10 years old, and the first time I did it, you know, my parents were super happy and whatnot. But it was a step-by-step process, you know.
But I like
Idea.
I know for like there's still, I guess, I don't know if it's an exception, but like for people who have diabetes that need to, you know, like get some sort of intake. Is that like what's the thoughts?
So
about
there are there are things like that where like
because basically I guess you're not you
So-
still need you still need to like survive or trying to do good for yourself.
it's crazy because you mentioned some people actually fasting helps. You know, like with their like controlling their blood sugar
Okay.
and insulin levels.
Yeah, we have friends.
Because I know someone who well, at least in high school, like he used to eat like oranges or
Yeah.
clement
Yeah.
because he had diabetes, right?
Yeah, I remember him.
Shout outs to
Shout out to my boy. I know the only guy that had diabetes at our school.
well, we don't know.
No, we don't know, but no, he's still our friend.
Yeah, yeah,
He's our we're still super close.
yeah.
But yeah, I think he regulate, you know, through like eating at night, obviously.
Okay.
But I think you take your shot before
Okay.
starting your fast or something.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
but apparently, I don't think he takes any more shots. Like,
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I think he takes pills now.
Okay.
Like some like
Contraceptive.
no,
No,
that's
no, no.
actually to reduce appetite.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like
Okay.
an appetite suppressant
Oh.
medication, and he just generally eats less than like his body regulates the sugar itself.
Okay,
So he
that's
didn't.
cool.
So that's
once
how
a
he lost
week.
all the weight.
Yeah.
'Cause, yeah, he did lose a lot. He's
He's a
looking
cheater.
good now. He's looking
He's a
good now.
cheater.
You know?
No, he takes it once a week now.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Not every day anymore.
Okay.
Well, that's what he told me last.
Okay.
So I might be wrong. My bad, my boy.
What I just find like crazy, like for students like high school or kids that are fasting, like imagine going to school and you have like gym class or like doing activities.
Yeah, because I was also
outside.
thinking this.
That was tough.
Like,
bro.
'Cause you
how
know,
was
I
that for your
remember-
experience? Yeah.
Because you know, like Kyrie, yeah. Like I remember when he
Oh.
converted to Muslim. Like I remember that it was Ramadan and he had to play, and he still played. You know.
Yeah,
It's
there's
like,
some NBA players like
Yeah.
Ines Kanter and stuff like that.
like most like athletes that are Muslims, like even in FIFA, like in the
For sure, football, yeah.
for the football like sports, like they fast while they
Yeah,
play.
yeah.
A lot of athletes, almost all athletes, they
Yeah.
play. You know,
Mhm.
like when they fast, and you know because it's part of who they are. You know,
Mhm.
that's their religion,
Yeah.
and they wouldn't give up their Islam for anything else. You know,
Mhm.
and I think it's how a real Muslim should be, like in our terminology and how we see each other, you know, as Muslims, is, you know, we have to be strong in that sense. You know, we can't be broken just by our worldly what we do in this world is something, but like sometimes it's for us,
Yeah.
but fasting itself and the Ramadan is for not only us, but fasting is for Allah, right? And because if you're fasting for the sake of Allah, right, you're fasting because Allah has, you know, ordained you to fast. No one knows that you're not eating. You know, he
Yeah.
doesn't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like you're empty stomach. Well, I don't know you haven't eaten or not.
Mhm.
You know, so that's why it's a very spiritual thing, because it's you and the Creator that knows. You know, so the intention is there. But yeah, shout out to those people that are able to train. I seen people,
Yeah,
bro, they're
yeah.
training hard, they're going
crazy.
to the gym, they play sports, soccer, basketball, everything while fasting, you know.
Do you remember like an experience or a moment in high school or like during anything like?
Actually, it breaks your fast if you there are ways to break your fast. So if
Oh,
you were
what?
to eat intentionally, you're broken your fast. You drink it happened to me unintentionally. I drank, but that doesn't break your fast.
Like
No.
meaning like accident, like just like what do you
Yeah.
mean?
Like let's say
Intentionally?
I'm very like let's say end up going to a restaurant with you guys, but I'm like, "Nah, I'm fasting." But
Yeah.
no, I take a fry and I eat it,
Uh,
and I'm like, "Oh crap, I'm fasting."
Yeah.
That doesn't count as breaking my fast because
No.
I'm unintentionally
Okay,
ate
okay.
something.
Okay.
Or even drank water because I
Mm.
was thirsty. I go to the kitchen and just start drinking water. I'm like,
Mm.
Oh,
Crap,
okay.
I'm
Like if
fasting.
you didn't meant it.
and meant it, yeah,
Yeah.
it's okay. You know, like your fast will still be valid. You know,
Okay.
for like religious
Yeah.
reason. And but if you were to go and start drinking water, it's like, yeah, I'm thirsty. I'm breaking my fast. You know, like then
Yeah.
it is actually
Yeah.
broken. You know, yeah, and also like if you start like cussing or getting mad, it breaks your fast. You know, you can't get
Oh.
you can't like yeah that's what fasting is. Like you're literally taking care of yourself. Like you reduce anger, you reduce cussing. You don't cuss at all, and you know you don't go ahead and go party and dancing, listening to music and
Really?
indulging yourself into like worldly like matters just like that. It's like fasting, but in everything.
Oh,
You see what I
okay.
mean? So
You can't play video games while fat. Like
I mean, as a kid, I was. As a kid, I was like, bro,
No, I
what
mean,
am I
like,
supposed to
you
do?
can't rage, yo. You can't rage.
No, I can't rage. I can't rage.
Rage.
No, yeah, it breaks your fast, right?
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. So
Okay, yeah. That's
that's
that's very interesting.
Last night, what time did you like start eating, or like what?
stopped eating.
Yeah, when did the sun set?
I actually woke up like at 4 a.m. in the morning,
Oh, yeah.
and I spend the time with the family to eat.
Oh, okay.
We like
4 a.m.
4 a.m. in the
Whoa.
morning we wake up.
That was breakfast for you guys?
Kind of. Some
Yeah.
people don't have
Like this morning. Oh, okay, okay.
Some people don't have like breakfast. They have like a whole like
Meal
feast.
yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It depends on family to family, or like some cultures they treat it differently,
Mm-hmm.
but it is actually, we call it sunnah. Sunnah is like what our prophet used to do. We try to do what he used to do, right? So copying his actions. He used to wake up in the morning and have like a small meal, and it is sunnah for us
Okay.
to have a meal
Mm.
in the morning. It could be as small as having a date and some water.
Oh,
you know?
okay.
Doesn't have to be a whole feast. Some people don't like eating that early.
Yeah.
Some
Yeah.
people love eating.
Mm.
Like I seen it's crazy. Everybody has their own
Different.
like
No, for
different
sure,
thing.
yeah.
Like even within my family, they're like
Mm.
my sisters, like they would eat like a size of pizza. You know,
Mm.
like me, I'm like, yeah, I can't do that. I want a cereal and milk. You know, like
Okay.
it's like
Yeah, mornings for me, like as soon as I wake up, you can't have a feast.
Like I don't
Unless I
feel
force
like
it, yeah.
like unless I'm really because like me, I think last night I ate like at 9-10 ish.
Mhm.
And I haven't eaten anything yet, so I'm fasting right now.
Dang, bro, you're fasting for like
Yeah.
What time is it? Like afternoon?
assalamu
Like,
alaikum, brother.
What's the answer? Yeah.
Inshallah, brothers.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
Inshallah. Yeah, hope you guys got a good understanding. Well, just a good idea
Yeah,
of
this is just general. I think there's a lot to it too as well. Right?
Oh,
Yeah,
there's so much
There's
to
a
it.
lot more.
You
We're
know,
gonna
you can-
talk about Islam a lot more.
But
'Cause
yeah.
we have questions ourselves. We always talk about it between us.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So having a video about it could be interesting.
yeah.
For sure, we're gonna have videos about it, and if you guys have any topics that you guys want us to discuss, go ahead and leave it in the comment section below. And we are posting a lot on our TikToks. Go ahead and follow
Follow
there.
TikTok.
like our videos. It helps us.
Mhm.
And once again, thank you for watching. It's your boy Taj,
It's your boy Howie.
It's your boy CJ.
and see you guys in the next episode.
Ramadan Mubarak. Muslims.
Ramadan Mubarak.